Get ready, PumpTalk Nation. The news cycle is absolutely exploding, and we've got the inside track on the updates you cannot afford to miss. From the stage to the streets, the stadium to the community, we're breaking down the stories that are shaping everything. You're getting the unfiltered, high-octane breakdown right here, right now. Don't just follow the news, live it with us. First up, are you ready for the return of a music icon to the coaching panel? We're talking about a show that's been a staple for over a decade, and the new season is bringing back a familiar, chart-topping face that's guaranteed to shake things up. Get ready for the details. Next, we're shifting gears to a more introspective vibe. In a world that's constantly buzzing, sometimes the most impactful connections happen in the quietest spaces. We're exploring the power of community and how a simple shift in season can reignite our deepest relationships. This is about finding your people and growing together, and the insights are truly profound. You won't want to miss this perspective. Then, we're heading to the heart of a major city where a passionate movement is gaining serious momentum. Local leaders and residents are uniting, demanding change on their streets and pushing for real solutions to pressing issues. It's a powerful display of community action, and the story behind it is one of resilience and a fight for a better tomorrow. We've got the full report. And finally, we're diving into the often complex world of local governance. A recent meeting has sparked debate about transparency and the very rules that keep our institutions in check. We're examining the decisions being made and what they mean for public trust and accountability. It's a critical look at how decisions are made behind closed doors. All that and more coming up. Make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is on so you never miss a beat. Let's go. The Voice returns with a bang. Get ready, music fans. The highly anticipated Season 28 of The Voice is officially set to premiere on NBC on Monday, September 22, 2025, kicking off at 8:00 p.m. EST. For those who can't catch the live broadcast, fear not. Each new episode will be available for streaming on Peacock starting the very next day. This season marks a significant milestone as The Voice celebrates its 15th anniversary, having first premiered in 2011. Known for its blind auditions, where aspiring artists are selected purely on their vocal talent, The Voice has captivated audiences for years with its high-stakes competitive format. This upcoming season promises to be particularly exciting with major shakeups in the coaching panel, introducing fresh perspectives and dynamic interactions. A major draw for Season 28 is the confirmed return of hip-hop mogul Snoop Dogg as a coach. Snoop Dogg, who previously graced the panel in Season 26 in 2024, expressed his enthusiasm for a comeback during the Season 26 finale. He shared with host Carson Daly, "Man, this has been a great experience for me. I didn't know what I was signing on to, but I do know it feels like I could come back and do it again." After a hiatus in Season 27, Snoop Dogg is back, not just as a coach, but also through a multi-year deal between his production house, the Death Row Pictures, and NBC. Snoop Dogg proudly stated, "Not everyone has the courage and vision to see what Death Row Pictures can bring to the table, but Donna Langley and the NBC Universal team have always understood, which is why I am proud to call NBC Universal my new home. The dog has officially moved into the neighborhood, you dig." Joining Snoop Dogg on the iconic red chairs are returning coaches Niall Horan and Reba McEntire. Niall Horan, who previously coached and won Season 23, brings his experience and winning strategy back to the competition. Reba McEntire, a consistent presence on the panel for Seasons 24, 25, and 26, and a Season 25 winner, also returns to mentor new talent. Longtime host Carson Daly is also expected to return, having been the show's anchor since its inception. Season 27 of The Voice featured Adam Levine's return after a 6-year absence, alongside coach Kelsey Ballerini. The panel also included John Legend and Michael Bublé. Season 27 aired from February to May 2025, with Adam David from Michael Bublé's team ultimately taking home the winner's crown, marking Bublé's second consecutive victory. The competition was fierce, with standout performers like Yalen Johnston, Renzo, Lucia Flores, Jadon Cree, and Adam David. The excitement is palpable as The Voice gears up for its 15th anniversary season, promising new talent, returning favorites, and the signature blend of competition and mentorship that fans have come to love. Audience impact. Fans are buzzing with anticipation for Snoop Dogg's return and the new coaching dynamics. Social media is alight with discussions about the lineup and predictions for Season 28. Prepare for a shift in perspective as we explore the profound impact of community. Next, we delve into the power of small groups and how they can reshape our lives. Fall into deeper connections, the power of small groups. The transition from the energetic days of summer to the crisp, cooler atmosphere of fall often signifies a change in rhythm. And for many, it's the perfect catalyst to deepen relational connections. This season presents an unparalleled opportunity to re-engage with or discover the profound benefits of small groups and Bible studies, fostering a sense of belonging and shared spiritual growth. Whether you're a longtime member of a church community or new to the faith, the concept of koinonia, a biblical term for intimate fellowship, shared life in Christ, mutual encouragement, and spiritual nurturing, is at the heart of what small groups offer. It transcends casual friendship, creating a space for authentic connection and mutual support that goes beyond the regular worship service. Research, including Lifeway's State of Group study, indicates a strong correlation between church health and small group participation, with churches seeing healthier attendance and stronger commitment when nearly half of their congregants are involved in these smaller communities. The transformative power of these groups lies in the shared experience of processing faith together. When individuals move beyond passively hearing the word to actively discussing it, praying, and holding each other accountable, genuine care and connection flourish. Knowing that people know your name and are invested in your needs creates a support system that is invaluable. The early Christian church, as described in Acts 2:42, exemplified this by devoting themselves to the apostles' teaching, fellowship, breaking of bread, and prayers, not as occasional activities, but as a foundational rhythm that shaped their faith and their impact on the world. For those in leadership positions, creating accessible entry points into these groups is crucial. Ensuring a warm welcome, extending personal invitations, and providing clear pathways can transform someone from a passive observer into an active participant, truly becoming part of the body of Christ. This fall, the emphasis is on ensuring no one has to navigate their spiritual journey alone. Re-engaging with small groups and Sunday school is presented not just as an activity, but as a vital component of a thriving faith life. The article also features a collection of insightful quotes from various figures, including Denise George on prayer, Chuck Lawless on ministry pitfalls, Morris Murray Jr. on expectations, and Stephen Robbins on overcoming challenges after a scam. It also includes reflections from Tony Dungy on patience and joy, Richard Blackaby on church growth, Bo Nix on prioritizing relationships, Paul Rials on evangelism through wrestling, Richard Land on leadership resilience, and Kara Griffiths on faith restoration. These diverse perspectives underscore the importance of community, integrity, and spiritual discipline across different spheres of life. Audience impact. Readers are encouraged to reflect on their own community involvement and the importance of fellowship in their spiritual lives. The article resonates with those seeking deeper connections and practical ways to live out their faith. Now, let's shift our focus to a critical issue unfolding in a major city. We're heading to San Francisco to examine a powerful movement demanding change on the streets. San Francisco rallies for drug-free streets. A powerful coalition of city officials, community leaders, and residents recently gathered in San Francisco's Tenderloin neighborhood to demand an end to open-air drug dealing and public drug use. Spearheaded by San Francisco Supervisor Matt Dorsey and organized by the activist group Drug-Free Sidewalks, the rally at the corner of 6th and Natoma Streets brought together over 100 participants, including local Democratic Party officers, residents, and representatives from partner organizations like City Team San Francisco and United Players. Drug-Free Sidewalks is at the forefront of a movement aiming to reclaim public spaces, facilitate recovery for individuals struggling with substance use disorders, and advocate for policy changes that prioritize abstinence-based recovery programs. Lanier Coles, a founding board member and external operations director for the San Francisco Democratic Party, emphasized the rally's goal. The purpose of the rally was to raise awareness for our movement and also to come in and support the people in the neighborhoods who have been most impacted by public drug use. Coles expressed excitement over the diverse turnout, noting, "We were really excited to have a cross-section of the community, everyone from the seniors to kids, to people actively in recovery, come out and be part of the rally." A particularly moving moment came from 16-year-old Ziggy Brown, a junior at George Washington High School and a lifelong resident of the affected neighborhood. In an impassioned speech, Brown articulated the frustration and pain felt by many. "Do you want to know what makes me so mad? Because this is our community, right? We allow this to happen," he stated. "We let this happen every single time. We preach, we beg, and nothing changes. This has been going on since I was a little kid. This ain't right. You know what hurts me? Being in the city and wanting clean streets because you know how much it could enhance your environment so that the kids could do better, but they only want to clean up when the man in the nice suit shows up. I want a world where kids in SF don't have to worry about what's on the ground. So clean the ground so they can reach the stars." Supervisor Dorsey responded directly to Brown's heartfelt plea, assuring the community that their concerns were being heard and acted upon. "I want to say to Ziggy that I really appreciate his heartfelt words. I feel that because I'm a neighbor, too. I live just a couple of blocks away," Dorsey said. "It breaks my heart as an elected leader, someone who has been on the Board of Supervisors for 3 years, looking people in the eye who think we're not doing enough to change." He expressed optimism, fueled by the community's engagement. "But let me tell you why I have optimism. It's because of you, because on a Wednesday afternoon, we have a rally for drug-free sidewalks, and I haven't seen that in my years in the city before." Dorsey highlighted the path forward, stating, "I believe in what representative democracy can accomplish in government. But I also know it's gonna take all of us working together, mark my words. We are going to the ballot with a ballot measure, because it's time for San Franciscans to weigh in on an ordinance that puts an end to drug use on our streets, and that affirms the promise of drug-free sidewalks." The rally concluded with a march to the newly opened Aliner Fagan Rehabilitation Center, a 70-bed facility focused on recovery-centered interim housing. This center, according to Mayor Daniel Lurie's office, is the first of 3 such programs set to open, aligning with drug-free sidewalks advocacy for expanded recovery-focused initiatives. Furthermore, the movement is seeing progress in Sacramento with the revival of OB 255, a bill co-authored by Assemblymember Matt Haney and others. This legislation aims to allow state funding for supportive housing that emphasizes abstinence. While an earlier version proposed a higher percentage of funding, the current iteration seeks to allocate up to 10% of available state funds for abstinence-based housing, a crucial step in addressing the substance use crisis. Dorsey also acknowledged the need for increased funding, noting that while the legislature and governor have provided some resources, it's insufficient. He pledged to advocate for greater investment in drug recovery services, emphasizing, "I think this is the challenge of the 21st century for cities. We need to do a better job of supporting and incentivizing people to enter recovery." Audience impact. The rally has generated significant local and online discussion, with many praising the youth involvement and the unified call for action. The focus on policy change and community-driven solutions is resonating widely. From the streets of San Francisco, we now turn our attention to the internal workings of local governance. A recent school board meeting has raised questions about transparency and adherence to established rules. School board meeting sparks good governance debate amidst rule changes. In a surprising move that appears to contradict the city's commitment to open government, San Francisco's school board president Phil Kim has proposed new rules that could centralize power and reduce transparency. These proposed changes, slated for discussion at the September 9th board meeting, follow a recent weekend meeting focused on good governance that itself deviated from standard open meeting protocols. The board's Sunday morning meeting, announced late on Friday afternoon, violated its own policy of providing at least 72 hours notice where possible. Despite the advanced planning of the meeting, General Counsel Manuel Martinez advised that the board could bypass its own rule due to a separate 24-hour state law notice requirement. This decision, along with the apparent disregard for another board rule mandating adherence to adopted policies and procedures, has drawn criticism. Furthermore, the agenda stated the meeting was for discussion with no action be taken. However, the discussion, led by President Kim and General Counsel Martinez, resulted in a consensus on changing governing rules, which the state's Ralph M. Brown Act defines as action taken, even if tentative. The lack of public notice regarding these specific activities and the absence of an opportunity for public comment on the proposed actions have raised concerns about the meeting's compliance with open government principles. This situation is particularly sensitive given the broader context of public trust and accountability in governance. As the article notes, faithfully carrying out governance rules is crucial, especially when other levels of government may be seen as undermining the rule of law. San Francisco's own Sunshine Ordinance, passed overwhelmingly in 1999, reflects the city's dedication to the public's right to know how their government operates, underscoring the importance of transparency and accountability that these recent actions seem to challenge. Further complicating matters, President Kim's handling of the ethnic studies curriculum purchase has been called into question. After limiting board discussion on the matter, Kim presented it as a motion to approve. Following a challenge, a revote was ordered, but Kim intends for the official minutes to reflect the initial, contested approval. This would incorrectly attribute a stance against the curriculum to Commissioner Parag Gupta, who has stated he did not take such a position. Accurate minutes and adherence to procedural rules are vital for maintaining the integrity of board records and ensuring the true positions of members are reflected. President Kim's proposed solution to perceived difficulties with Robert's Rules of Order, a widely recognized parliamentary procedure, is to replace them with a more streamlined set of rules. While other districts, like Long Beach Unified, maintain their own local rules alongside Robert's rules for complex matters, this proposal aims to remove them entirely. The suggested changes also weaken the president's obligations, shifting from a requirement to conduct board meetings in accordance with board rules and procedures to a more lenient should. Additionally, President Kim is enforcing a rule limiting commissioner comments to 3 minutes before a vote, even if a majority disagrees, and proposing to reduce the types of motions available to commissioners, all in the name of efficiency. These proposed changes come at a critical time for the school district, which faces budget challenges and the ongoing need to improve student outcomes, retain educators, and boost attendance. The article argues that success in these areas hinges on public participation and trust. Implementing rules that restrict debate and public input in the name of efficiency could undermine these essential elements, potentially hindering the district's ability to navigate its current challenges. Audience impact. Community members and education advocates are expressing concern over the potential erosion of transparency and public access. Many are calling for the board to uphold existing rules and prioritize open dialogue. We've covered a lot of ground today, from entertainment news to community action and governance. Stay tuned for a quick recap and your chance to connect with us further. And that's a wrap on today's Essential Updates. We saw The Voice gearing up for a star-studded season 28 with Snoop Dogg's return, explored the vital importance of small groups for deepening connections, witnessed a powerful community push for drug-free sidewalks in San Francisco, and analyzed a school board's controversial moves towards changing governance rules. Don't miss out on any future breakdowns. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, smash that like button, and drop a comment below telling us what you think. For even more, follow us on all our social channels. We'll see you in the next one.